All right, how's it going, everybody? My name is Mark Harmon, and you are watching the Comic on Demand show. We are live, we're going. We're episode like 28, I think, so we're still kicking, we're still doing this. Um, so, like I said, my name is Mark Harmon. This is the Comic on Demand show. For those who don't know what this is a live drawing show where I will draw a 4-panel comic. I will draw it, ink it in about an hour or so. Whoops. It will, and it looks a little something like this. But as you can see, that is blank. That's because I'm going to let you, the viewer, tell me what to draw. All right. So think about something you want me to draw. Get it going around in your head. But I do have a couple ground rules. Okay. So I like to keep this, excuse me, a little family friendly and PG, and so I won't take any suggestions of anything super crazy, anything super overly graphic or hot button or raunchy or whatever. And then I don't, to avoid any copyright issues, I don't take any suggestions of any pre-existing characters like Superman or SpongeBob. And I think that's it. I think every time I think that I have 3 rules, but there's basically 2. So anyway, so how this is going to work, make sure that you can see the chat. So whatever device you're watching on or whatever you're doing, make sure you can see the chat. And I'm going to have a little screen pop up. There's going to be a little dancing dude right about here on your screen. And then hopefully, if I time it right, I am going to put the word go in the chat. Okay, so if you're monitoring the chat, you'll see it'll say Comic on Demand, go. And then when you see that, then give me the suggestion, give me the thing that you want to see me draw. Okay? So once I get those, once I say go in the chat and you give me your suggestion, I will take the first 2 suggestions that come in, and then I will take those 2 suggestions and combine them together to create this 4-panel comic, and hopefully it's funny, hopefully it's entertaining, whatever. And so let's get those suggestions right now. And so make sure you're looking at the chat and wait for my go and then give me your suggestions. All right. Ready, set, go. All right, we have our first 2 suggestions. Our first suggestion is Goldfish Playing a Trumpet. And the second suggestion is Cornucopia with Fruit. All right. So, Goldfish Playing a Trumpet and a Cornucopia with Fruit. All right, I'm going to put those suggestions right here so that I remember and you remember what I'm supposed to be drawing here. All right, so we have goldfish with trumpet and what is it? I don't know how to spell cornucopia, so I'm just going to spell the way you spelled it, and I'm going to hope that you spelled it right. With fruit. All right. Okay. Might be easier to do Miranda's and the cornucopia. But it's not supposed to be easy. This is supposed to be challenging, right? The whole point of this show, this exercise, is that it's supposed to be hard or something. It's not supposed to be easy. That's what makes it great. The hard is what makes it great. It was like a quote from a movie or something. I can't remember what it is. Okay, all right, let's do. Okay, so like I got an idea, but I need to like. I just have the idea, but I don't have like a punchline or anything yet. So. All right. Yep, let's do that. So how's everybody's day going? Um, my day's been just peachy. Our cat pooped in our house twice today. She like hardly ever poops in our house, but she did it twice today. And our house is like 90% hardwood floors. Do you think she did it on the hardwood floor? No, she did not. She did it like on a rug and on the carpet in my bedroom. So that was cool. That was a fun adventure today. Cleaning poop out of carpet. I've still yet to clean it out of the rug. I was about to clean it out of the rug, but I was doing something else. And anyway, ADD or whatever. I'm going to kind of do a little bit of a SpongeBob-y background right there. All right. We have the Under the Sea Jazz Club. I'm going to go back to this panel for a second. All right. My friend back in Utah hated cats. His wife loved me. One cat got in his way, so he kicked it before he left for work the next morning. The cat left a nice, smelly surprise in his shoe. Oh, see, you know what? Now I wonder. See, I was trying to figure out why our cat would do that. And so I was like, well, there's either two reasons, right? Like, either if the cat is sick, maybe she was trying to tell us that she's sick. And the way that she could tell us is to do her business in the room where our scent is the strongest, right? So it's sort of like, hey, I want them to see this to let them know I'm sick, so I'll go do it in their space. So maybe I should be sort of flattered, like, aw, she wants us to know she's sick or something. Or or it's that. Or I did something to make her mad today, and so she's letting me have it. I don't know. The cat that lives with us never does its business in the house, but brings in live animals that it caught from the outside, and sometimes they're dead. Did I post that a video or story? Our cat did that once. Like during the summer, we sort of like we open up our bathroom window and just leave it open. And so like during the night, she can just come and go as she pleases. Because we don't have like a cat door or anything. And there was this one time I woke up to the sound of squealing. And I wake up and I see our cat run across our floor with a rabbit in its mouth. And then the cat like runs upstairs and ran into one of our boys' rooms. And so we closed the door, and then we got a cooking pot or something and caught the rabbit and put it in a cooking pot. And then we took it outside and let it go. And I think we didn't get a video of catching it, but we did take a video of the rabbit in the pot and us letting the rabbit go outside. So yeah, and she's brought in birds before. So sometimes the boys will just let her in without paying attention. They'll just see her at the door and let her in, and she have a bird in her mouth and let it go. So then we got birds flying around the house. Okay. Okay, I need to try to recreate this again. Well, I'll do a little cop out. I was gonna redraw this fish guy over here, but I decided I'm just gonna have his back turned. Whoops, drawn off camera again. We found 2 dead baby possums, a couple live birds, and we had 1 baby bunny. The birds and the bunny we let free. The possums were dead, and those were presents left for us. Oh, that's so sweet. What are possums like? That's one of those animals that aren't out here. So they basically just like, do you see them a lot? Do you see possums a lot? Or are they, since they're nocturnal, you probably don't see them much. Because it's like raccoons around here. Like we have tons of skunks and raccoons around here, but I never see them because they only come out at night. So I'm just wondering if possums are like the same thing. dead on the road is their natural habitat from my experience. Well, I think that's pretty much skunks around here, right? Skunks in the Bridger Valley. That's the only time I ever see a skunk is dead on the road. Whoops. I didn't take my own advice like I always say. Do the words first, then draw the balloon around it, but I didn't. I just started running out of room here because I drew the balloon first. There was a lady on my mission we tracked into. She had a pet possum. Was kind of tolerable till you see the ugly tail. Well, they're just kind of like, don't they have like a rat tail? Aren't possums just kind of, don't they just look like big rats? I like giving animals bowler hats. Or derby hats or whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called. Oh, you know what I haven't done? I haven't drawn a mustache in a while. Let's give this octopus a mustache. I thought I was going to try to do a mustache in every single one, but I think I forgot. It's freaky when you see the mom and she's carrying all her babies on her. Don't they have like a Wait, don't they have a pouch? Aren't Are possums marsupials? Do they have pouches? I don't know. Or at least they're like hanging on the bottom, right? Don't they hang on the bottom? All right, so we got the under the sea jazz club. Fish is walking in with a briefcase, opening up the briefcase. This dude says, "Good morning, Frank. You bring your new trumpet?" And I bet you can guess what the joke is. what kind of fruits are in cornucopias? Like grapes and just whatever. Put some grapes in there. Y'all see that thing with like the Mandela effect or something? And apparently everybody remembers Fruit of the Loom underwear having a cornucopia, but it like never did or something. Banana. Okay, let me zoom out here. Okay, so there it is. There's the joke. It's Under the Sea Jazz Club. He walks in. It's like, hey, did you bring the new trumpet? And the new trumpet is the cornucopia. Wah, wah. That's the joke. There isn't a cornucopia on the Fruit of the Loom. It's the Mandela effect. Yeah, that's what I said, dude. Weren't you paying attention? All right. Okay. We are at the... This is about the sort of midway point here. So this is the time where I do a mid suggestion. So those that don't know and have never seen this show before, which is none of you currently, but just in case somebody somewhere sees this at some point. This is the part of the show where I do a mid suggestion. So it's going to be the same thing as before. You're going to see the little dancing guy. I'm going to put go in the chat, and then but then I'm just going to take the first suggestion. So make sure you're the first one this time. So I'm going to take the mid suggestion. I'm going to put it somewhere. I don't know. I'll find some way or somehow to put this in here, to put that suggestion in here somewhere, somehow. Okay, so let's do that. Let's get the mid suggestion right now. All right, we have our mid suggestion of a silly man. Okay. A silly man. All right. You know what? Let's stick that silly man right there. Okay, we're gonna do one of those. If you've ever seen like Alice in Wonderland or like old cartoons where the people have those propeller hats, those are definitely silly. So the silly man is going to have a propeller hat. I'm going to give him a little bit of derp eyes. And he's going to have his tongue sticking out. And we are going to put every cliche that we can think of. Okay. She clarified a silly man like Grandpa. Oh. Well, I mean, that that kind of looks like Nathan, right? Okay, not even close, but whatever. Okay, it is time to start inking this thing. I'm going to try to use this big one as much as I can this time. Usually I use the little ones, but most of my drawings are kind of big here, so I'm going to go ahead and use the big one. Whoops. See, I forgot. I need to start on the left and go to the right, or else I'll like smudge it. I don't want to smudge it. So on this episode, I was supposed to eat a cookie and tell everybody and show it off and tell everybody that my niece made the cookie. But see, here's the thing. They were so good that they didn't last. They didn't last long enough for me to keep one to then show it. So I guess that's like a good advertisement, right? Like I was supposed to advertise it, but it was so good I couldn't hold on to it long enough. Okay, I'm gonna use the little one for this little stuff though. It's like I used to play the trumpet in like middle school. I think I played the trumpet for like 2 years in middle school, like sixth and seventh, I think. And then when my twins were in middle school, one of them played the trumpet, and I like picked it up, and I was like, "Oh, I wonder if this is just like riding a bicycle. I wonder if I could remember anything." And yeah, no, not really. Playing a musical instrument like that is not exactly like riding a bicycle. I couldn't really remember anything. Like I kind of remembered which keys to press on some of the notes, but that was about it. Okay, I think I'll use a small one for this. I was thinking of some sort of clever way to create a speaker like out of underwater ocean stuff, but nothing came to mind. So it's just a regular speaker. And I don't know if it would have like read properly that it was a speaker. Oh, I could have put the silly man at the microphone. Man, I wasn't thinking. Oh, well. I don't really have any family secrets or stories tonight. Usually I have stories about, or at least somewhat related to what I'm drawing or something, but um, I'm drawing jazz fish. So, yeah, I don't really have any experience with jazz fish. I'm kind of drawing a blank on the stories here. Where did that where did this little spinny hat even come from? Like, I only saw, like, my first exposure to those was Looney Tunes. So I kind of just thought it was a Looney Tunes thing. And it was always on a person who was like crazy or something. But I'm like, did the hat exist before the cartoon? And then the cartoon just put the hat on people? Or was that little goofy hat invented? Did Looney Tunes invent that little hat? Inquiring minds want to know. And by inquiring minds, I mean me. Okay, here's the tricky part. Drawing the pupils. Even though I already sketched them out, sometimes even after you sketch them out, you can still ink them incorrectly, and so they'll look all crazy. Okay, well, that worked. Like, for those who saw the pineapple episode, I sketched the pineapple eyeballs just fine, but when I went to ink them, it's like my hand didn't obey my brain, and I drew them in the wrong spots. Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Yeah, like what? Like, I know that they had them. That's what I'm saying. Like, were they the first to have them? Laurel and Hardy might have been first. Random fun fact I thought of about fish is that in Balkan language, they call women girls fish, kind of like we say chick. What? I mean, you know, first, like when you first say that, it's sort of like, what, dude? They call women fish? But then it's like, oh yeah, we call them chicks. So I'm like little chickens. Like, yeah, that's not any less weird. A beanie visorless cap in 1947 made by Ray Faraday Nelson. It quickly became an icon for science fiction fans to identify themselves and a national fad. Huh. Wait, so, well, hold on. The word beanie comes from those propeller hats? And so, like, did they started with a propeller and then they removed the propeller and now we kept the beanie part of it or something? Is that what Wikipedia says? Like how we would say that chick is hot. They would say she's a dangerous fish. Dude, that's awesome. That is funny stuff right there. she's a she's a dangerous fish. Uh, oh no, they added the propeller to the beanie. Oh, okay. I wanna know who added the propeller and what was it for, you know? And I think I only ever saw it in cartoons. I don't think I ever saw it like in a movie or well, no, there might have been a movie or something, but not one that comes to mind. Wait, hold up. So like in the Balkans, they're like right next to the ocean, right? Like isn't oceany sea stuff like seafood is big there or something? And so then I was like, wait a second. They call them dangerous fish and they're like really big into seafood. And then here in the US, we do like burgers and chicken nuggets and stuff. And so we call our we use chicks. So I'm like, is it like does every culture name their women after food? That's what I'm trying to say. It's in lots of movies, early '50s stuff. Kids who loved science fiction wore them. Please see my above I did see the above explanation. So that's funny. Science fiction fans are like, how should we identify ourselves? I know. Let's put propellers on hats. If you blew into a cornucopia full of fruit, what sound would that make? Look up that on Wikipedia. She's a dangerous fish. Okay, do they get like specific with it too? Like are, if a woman is a shark compared to like I don't know, a small fish. What's it, like? Does it even get? Do they get that into it? That would be funny. Okay. Do the texture on this thing here. Oh, they don't. That's too bad. I mean, I guess that's the same for us too. We don't get like specific types of chickens. Mom said they were in the 30s and 40s, mostly worn by little kids. I think the metaphor might be somewhat based on lips, like fish lips. All right. Yeah, I think that's it. So I might give this octopus a little some little decorations here, some little spots. Okay. Laurel and Hardy Comedy both wore those hats, and they started in 1840. What? Laurel and Hardy started in 1840, and they had those hats with the propellers on them. Well then. Okay. Well, that's it, people. There it is. There's your 4-panel comic of every time, dude. Goldfish with a trumpet. All right, so there's your 4-panel comic of Goldfish with a trumpet and cornucopia with fruit. Look at that. They're like exactly combined today. I mean, really, these 3 panels are almost pointless. I got the whole comic on demand right there in one panel. But this is just context. And here's your mid suggestion of a silly man. Anyways, that's it. There it is. There's comic on demand. Thanks for showing up, everybody. Thanks for supporting me and watching this. And remember to like it. And I'm sure you're already subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and do that. And I I think that's it. Yeah, like it. Make sure that let YouTube know that you think this is cool, and then it gets shown to more people. Like I think I have my little dance party things that I put out. I think those, um, like people who have no idea what this is, the Comic on Demand thing, I think they watch those more because I think like they listen to music on YouTube, and so like YouTube will put my dance party videos in like the suggested videos, and then they'll click on them. Anyway, because that's when I was looking at my the fun little app where I can see my analytics and stuff. It shows that the dance parties, majority of people are coming to those through the suggested videos. So they must be like getting them through. They're already listening to music, and then it gives them music or whatever. So, where was I going with that? I don't remember. I don't remember where I was going with that. Anyway. That's it. That's Comic Con Man. Thanks for showing up, everybody. Where's my button? Right there. And thanks for showing up. You're awesome. See you next week.